All right. So what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch chat? Uh, somehow we talked ourselves into playing some Jund Shadow with new modern all-star Cori-Steel Cutter from the new Dragonstorm set. So 1 in a red, equipped creature gets +1/+1, has trample and haste. Flurry, whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess, and you can attach the Cori-Steel Cutter to it. So idea here is we're going to double spell a lot with like Mishra's Bauble or a whole bunch of 1-drops, Ragavan to help give us a little bit of extra mana, and hopefully create some construct tokens to hit our opponent in the face with. Or mid to late game, we might just top deck a Nethergoyf or a Tarmogoyf, Shadow, something like that, strap it up with a Cori-Steel Cutter, get in a big lethal attack. To go along with our threat package, we do have some standard Shadow All-Stars, Thoughtseize, Dreams of Steel and Oil to help with like the Prowess matchups, the Eldrazi matchups. We've got 3 Unholy Heat, 3 Lightning Bolt, 2 Dismember, help with everything from Ketchermos to posing cheap dudes that might block our Ragavans. In the sideboard, Magus of the Moon, Blood Moon, some Fulminators to help out with the big mana, 2 Pyroclasm, 2 Magebane Lizard for the unfair combo stuff, Terra Sunder, 3 Collector Hooves for stuff like Affinity, pick your poison, and a couple Veil of Summers because we're going to mess up a Dimir player or two. So let's go ahead and jump in, see what happens. Fire it up. Say I never did anything for the sake of content. Last seen on Boros Energy 19 days ago. I think they're still on Boros. Survey says probably. Okay. So second land's really nice. Now we know we can guarantee turn 2 Steel Cutter Mishra's Bauble. I guess we're just leading on Swamp Thoughtseize here. We can always get Stomping Ground for our Steel Cutter. I do think I have basic Mountain. No, I don't. Just have basic Forest, basic Swamp. Okay, that's fine. Voice of Victory, Goblin Bombardment, Static Prison, Galvanic Discharge. Are we taking the prison so they can't mess with our Cori-Steel Cutter? Are we taking Voice of Victory? Not that I really care about that with Bolt and Dismember. Goblin Bombardment with Voice is pretty good. Maybe I want to just take that. Yeah, let's take Bombardment. I'm second guessing myself. Static Prison's like the only real threat they have, but if they just top deck like an Ajani or something, then Bombardment could get out of hand quick. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bombardment. I'm gonna end up like using a good bit of life setting up, so yep. Got a Voice of Victory. Okay. So we could just go like bolt this. Bobble, see what they're drawing. Tide of Souls. Tarmogoyf do be getting thick. It's a good one. Going Cori-Steel into Shadow. I mean, I guess they can't discharge my Shadow into turn. They want to discharge my monk token. Got it. Now you got to decide between Cori-Stealing or Static Prison my Shadow or my Cori-Steel. Plus they just play a Ranger Captain. Yep. God. I wonder if that means that they've got a like an Ocelot Pride in hand. So if I go Tarmogoyf down to 8, Unholy Heat the Ranger Captain, make a token. I'm attacking 5, 6, 7. I could Bloodstain Mire to potentially make it 10. My concern is if their last unknown card is an Ocelot Pride. But I guess if it is an Ocelot Pride, then they're just going like Guide Pride and they're not static prisoning. And that's pretty good for me. Maybe I just attack and don't do anything. Kind of like that. Then I do want to get a Surveil land here. I do not have. Never mind. I know that not getting that token Yeah, I thought I had a surveil land. Apparently I did not. It was probably because I was going all in on last ride last time. I know I missed out on like the prowess token by not going for the unholy heat on my turn, but I really just think I want an answer in case they have a Ocelot Pride. Take my shadow. Does this mean that they've got a Thraben charm? No, they do have Guide Pride. That's funny. So we'll take Ocelot Pride. If I unholy heat this, make a token. Token's a 2. This is 8 total. What if I just strap this up and attack? Should still be unholy hitting this. Get to be mana efficient and crack my peat land. That's gross. Attack for 3, 4, 5 exactly. All right. Gross, gross, gross. It does say Voice of Victory, doesn't it? Maybe this voice card has legs, doesn't it? Maybe any threat there would have done like the same job. Blage would have kept him alive. Blage would have killed me. Johnny wouldn't have killed me. What else? Spyro. Spyro would have killed me. Actually, Johnny... No, Johnny still would have been 1 short. I could have hasted up the Johnny, put the counters on, still would have been 1 short. Oh boy. And could be anything. All right, let's get Stomping Ground. Ragavans, go. I think I'm going to play 1 bauble here, just because if they play an Ocelot Pride, I want to up the chances of seeing a way to interact with it. So let's go Blood Crypt, Cori-Steel, Bobble. Ah, yeah. You got it. Oh. Please don't. Please don't. Sweet. That's pretty good. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Blades out of hand. All right. What's my play here? I just want to get the Goif down. But prowess damage in here. So I do not want to move over the Cori-Steel here. Opponent's drawing dead. And I think I'm just going to play out the Tarmogoyf here. Pass the turn. Assume that they're going to March of Otherworldly Light the Tarmogoyf. And hopefully we can find something to like cast plus Shadow. Or worst case scenario, just play Shadow, equip it up. We've gone. Do it. Oh, well, I guess that does get another token. Or I could, like, dash the Ragavan, move the Cori-Steel to it. Yeah. Here we go. End of some sort. Dash the Ragavan. The Cori-Steel. Attack with the squad. Play a Shadow, get another token. You're right. It does give haste. That's fair. Equipment is tough. Oof. I guess the bright side is if they want to attack, they got to sack their entire board to kill my shadow. So if I go Ragavan, there's got to be some way to kill here, right? Or at least like make sure they have to sack off this voice. I guess I just go Ragavan, go to move the Cori-Steel to the Ragavan. They have to respond. Don't. Block this, sack on a token. Yep. Ragavan still gets through. We get the Celestial Purge a Goblin Bombardment and make a token. Yes, please. Yes, please. That's right. You throw that static prison in the yard where it belongs. All right, Bard. 1-1 on this Voice of Victory thing. Because it looked like it did a whole lot of nothing right there. Coming down to the wire. Voice was good here as well. Why was it good there? Like, it wasn't attacking into anything. Couldn't attack. I didn't care about not casting stuff on their turn. It was just like a 1-3 wall. I should probably throw back the Ragavan over the Nethergoy, but I'm kind of hoping that maybe they just don't do anything crazy and I can get like a rag hit into Cori-Steel next turn, another Cori-Steel bobble. Okay. Am I just supposed to play out a Cori-Steel here so that next turn I can try to Pyroclasm plus Bobble. I might as well attack with the Ragavan and get this cat token off the board, because, like, Ragavan's gonna die to Pyroclasm. Blocking the Pride doesn't do anything. Okay. My boy. My boy. Can't. Never tell him he ain't a fighter. A guide plus Flage. Guide plus Spyro. Yep. All right, we're cooked. So we Pyroclasm. I think we just have to Pyroclasm Bobble or Goith Bobble. I guess either one's kind of the same. But if they no, I need to Pyroclasm Bobble. I need to get this energy out of the way to try to get my Cori-Steel back. Bobble you, see if we can find an Unholy Heat. Give me back my Cori-Steel. Both Wrens look pretty bad without a fetch land, right? All right. Unholy Heat. Unholy Heat, Unholy Heat, Unholy Heat. So we've got Flage attack in, block and bolt. They escape Flage again. Solitude off the top one time. Whose side are you on? I swear I feel like Flages are like Uro. They just come in packs. Spell bomb. Spell bomb. Spell bomb. Dang it. So we could make a token, but we're just dead to this Flage. I guess we go Cori-Steel, pass. Hope that they just get back Flage. We top deck an Unholy Heat. Or Ren and 6. Heat the Flage with double Cori-Steel. And they never see anything relevant for the rest of the game. Oh, damn it. Arena of Glory. Stupid magic card. Alright, last seen 15 days ago on Ruby Storm. Look how much better this Ren and 6 looks. We've got a fetch land. We've got Shadow. We've got an opponent that's got Emery, bunch of opals. Kept the card on top, so we're going to immediately assume worst case scenario. That's pretty good. Sees away a Jeskai Ascendency because I've got no good ways of dealing with that. And I think we'll just go ahead and... Hotfix has been deployed to fix the bug of extra lands being added to limited pools. Okay. Thing. Now they can't get an artifact in the yard towards these Unholy Heats. Son of a... Ugh. You not just brick on a land for the heck of it? Okay, let's think. They're going to have enchantment going to the yard. So if they just get another Mox Opal, they can for sure have Delirium for Unholy Heat. I know that their hand is just the 2 heats. I could play Ren and 6, tick up, get back Bloodstained Mire, have Bolt for the first construct. They do already have an enchantment. Yet again, magic tough. I think I kind of like this so I can bolt on their turn after they've like committed mana. I don't have to bolt right this second. Then I can Cori-Steel plus Shadow next turn. These boots are on fire. These boots are on fire. All right. We're not going to mess it up this time. Don't have to dash the rag, but I do this turn if I want to play it. But so I'd have to go Cori-Steel, dash the rag. I guess is fine. I'm going to 9 if I fetch and don't shock. Also, can we talk about how that Ren mattered getting back a fetch one time? I don't think I'm going to attack with the construct though, or with the monk token. I think I'm going to make him use the unholy heat on it. Let's get him closer to delirium, but it's also just something I want to cast. They say it could have been an additional fetch as well. Well, an additional fetch wouldn't have killed an Ocelot Pride last game, or game before, whatever game it was. So take that as you will. One top, one bottom. I'm a little surprised that they would unholy heat the or portable hold the token instead of the Cori-Steel. Alright, well, I've got 3 bodies into 2 removal spells. They can deal 8. Yeah. Shadow, Cori-Steel the Shadow is 11, and Bolt. So we'll start with Bolt so that Cori-Steel makes a token, but we don't have to equip the token. Ah. Or no, they can crack Bauble. Oh no, we got Wraith. We're good. We're good. We're good. Crack your Bauble. I dare you. Not even gonna try. Oh, they only have 1 red. God. I can't keep up with all of this. This is a terrible idea. Fulminator feels like it's a little too slow against them. Mox Opal Saga deck. Magebane could potentially be fun. Could go Blood Moon. Could you elaborate on what was the issue with the Bauble? Well, I just thought they had a second open mana, so they could have sacked Bauble. That would have given them Delirium to be able to double Unholy Heat the Shadow. For whatever reason, I thought the Mishra's Bauble on their side was a Mox Opal. So I was like, okay, they sack the Bauble, and then they have Delirium to double Unholy Heat. And I was looking up and seeing the Bauble. I'm like, oh, well, they've got the second mana source. So I was like, I knew they had to sack it, and I knew they had only 1 0 mana untapped artifact on hand, or on the board. But for whatever reason, those 2 things just like kept combining to me. They're going to bring in Magebane. No, they got Saga. Not going to bring in Magebane. Just bring in a Fulminator. Yeah, it was just the Delirium. So for several turns there, I was thinking about the first Unholy Heat turning on the second Unholy Heat, and that would have given them the ability to kill a Shadow if it was too small. But then after those first few turns, it was like, oh, well, they can just go for the kill with Unholy Heat, with Baubles getting sacked. So just lay out a Nethergoyf. If they want to like portable hole my Nethergoyf, that's fine. Bomb. Jeez. We going deep down the rabbit hole. Let's get basic forest off of our wooded foothills and play a collector oof. Shut off this pyrite spell bomb. The old Oswald Fiddlebender. Think we're just gonna go ahead and get some of these spells down while we can. I wonder if they got their basic because I got my basics, or if they wanted to be like land conservative anyway. If I Blood Moon here, they can't Oswald. I shut them off of white. I can't attack with Collector Oof yet. Metallic Rebuke. Opponent's like angrily typing to me in chat. Nah, they're being a good sport. 1-2 punch, oof and moon. Yeah. Sapphire, do I look at modern brews? I mean, I'll look at them. I can't guarantee I've got much insight, but you got one and or link you want to drop, you're welcome to. Last seen today, Sultai Murktide. Let's go for the Dreams of Steel and Oil. Try to stop a turn 2 frog. Let's see what you got. Unbound Flourishing. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with a mana cost that contains X, double the value of X. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell or activate an ability, if that spell's mana cost or that ability's activation cost contains X, copy that spell or ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery or activate an ability. Okay. Cast a spell, doubles X. So I guess it... Gotta check, like, wording and stuff. Okay, some more counter spells. Razor Crisis, Myco Spawn. Cast a spell, double X. You make like a whole mess of Kozilek's command tokens. The immediate thing that jumps out to me is you've got the 4 Ugins lab and only like an Emrakul and 4 Myco spawn. I guess you got Kozilek's command too. A little bit better than I thought. Push that. Got to get some counter spells out of hand eventually. No, nothing to be sorry about. I'm just kind of like going back and forth to look at it. There's a lot of text on that flourishing card. Activate an ability. You don't have any abilities that are X, right? It's only casting cost. Okay. So now I guess we can have kind of a good turn. Just go eat the frog. Double shadow. Does Krasis cast or cast trigger check on resolution or when it goes on the stack? Like if you have a flourishing out and you cast a Hydroid Krasis, can you stack it to double the counters before you resolve the cast trigger and get the double? Hmm. What if I go Dash Ragavan? If they have a spell snare or something first. Fetch and shock down to 7, which means I'd be dead to what's on board. Actually, that might have just been my last shock land. I guess Unbound Flourishing, this is just a replacement effect. It's not a trigger. Other frog. Five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, so we're dead next turn. To play out the shadow to make them go for it. So, Foothills attack with everything. Play Nether Void from the yard. So creature, land. Planeswalker. Artifact. Yep. Oh, if they just have hard cast another Oculus. Like so. So we crack Peatland first, looking for a removal spell. Bolt a manifest token, attack all out, dreams after combat. We don't have another shock land, like I said. Counterspell, counterspell. Rid of Inoculus. All right. Sweet. They gotta find land, fatal push, Black Sword's fatal push, and if they fatal push my Nethergoyf, I can just recast it again. Ooh. We got Veil of Summers. A whole bunch of not particularly great cards. Drop all the bolts. Moon versus the Flood Moon deck? Yeah. Somebody's gonna moon somebody. They're weak to Blood Moon. We're weak to Flood Moon. All right. If you got Bowmaster, you got Bowmaster. Here that you do not. Play Bloodstained Mire first. Go to combat, see if we can Veil of Summer or something. Well, don't we look the fool with our our Veil of Summer? I know that they've got a... No, I don't know about the counterspell on top. They shuffled. Mm. Let's go ahead and get the Tarmogoyf down. Hit an Oculus. They've got a land, they can flip the Tameo. Or just unearth the Oculus, okay? One more land on my side would be pretty sweet. Go back in with Nethergoyf. Or Tarmogoyf. Whatever this thing is. Player Nethergoyf. Play Shadow. Say go. Draw a card. Okay. Does not give me Delirium. Also does not, but it does give me a big Shadow. I could go. I guess Dash Ragavan doesn't really do anything for me. So I'm better off just like attack all out. I guess I could dash the Ragavan. Like, if they just block Ragavan with Oculus, they're taking a big chunk of damage here. I don't have a Surveil land in this list. I should, but here we are. And I'm prepared to get extremely blown out by just like double force here. Stop it. Take the Tarmogoyf. I know how it feels. I I know how it feels all too well. Okay. So at the moment, they're on triple chump block duty. It'll make you sack a creature with flying. Check for force. If they do have force, then they're still on triple chump block duty. And I just get to attack in, force the triple block, Blood Moon, lock them out. Woo. Love to see it. Not on their side, because we don't want to see Jun Shadow become tier 0. That first round was Boros, right? Yeah. Boros into Jeskai Ascendency. The Boros matchup, I definitely feel like we have a lot of room to put some better cards in for that. But part of this list, including stuff like the Magebane Lizards, are kind of carryover from the Breach meta. Those could easily be like another Pyroclasm. Right. Eldrazi Temple. Talisman, cut them off green mana, hope that they whiff for a turn or two. Rugen's Lab is fine. Okay. Rumble. Down to Shadows, say go. Eldrazi Temple, Utopia Sprawl, Emrakul Unknown. And we just like desperately need to get this game over before Kozilek's command. But we are presenting lethal next turn. End of turn, dismember our own shadow. Cry softly to ourselves when they have the Kozilek's command. Yep. Man, that hurts. So we could have bobbled first, had one more damage here. But I think as soon as they see the Kozilek's command, it's kind of over. So I got to assume the last card, the other one they put on top was a 7th mana source. Yep. And I hate that. I feel like we had a very disruptive start and a very quick clock. And that Kozilek's command off the top just kind of ruined our day. They're just one man off of Emrakul. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. All right. Hit Command is a very good card, unfortunately. Very, very good indeed. Mm. All right. Yep. Ragavan into Thoughtseize. Oof. Well, stomping ground here because we might get basic swamp with the catacombs. Try to set up for Blood Moon. Or might just go Thoughtseize Tarmogoyf. Are we Rumble Tarmogoyf gamers? Be persuaded. I guess we're just destined to have a collector roof. Get the mire. Okay. They never just talisman when you want them to talisman. Another Eldrazi temple. Chunky Tarmogoyf. Chrysalis, Myco Spawn, Sire. So if I go Thoughtseize on the double Chrysalis, they get to Myco Spawn next turn with Kicker. Unless they choose to block the Ragavan. Okay, so another Thoughtseize, take the other Chrysalis. Third Thoughtseize, take the Myco Spawn or take the Sire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can't cast the Spire or the Sire next turn if I just take Myco Spawn Chrysalis. Yeah, I know they don't have mana currently for the Chrysalis, but if I let them keep if I let them like keep having shots at it and they do hit one, I just have like no way of dealing with the Chrysalis. So I think I have to cut them down to 7 drops. They're forced to block one of these next turn. Getting out of there without having to show Blood Moon or Magus is kind of nice. Yeah, their whole hand was a bit of a menace. No argument there. And kind of sucks, right? Turn 1, nothing. Turn 2, Cori-Steel. Turn 3, Fulminator. This is a lot better. I kind of want to lead on Thoughtseize here. I think I'd rather go after something like a Kozilek's command than play a Ragavan just like right out into it. Like the guarantee one next turn. Or not guarantee, but the one they're most likely to be able to cast if they hit. So let's go Ragavan Dreams. Do it the green source. Oh, this deck is so miserable to play against. Give your boy a Fulminator Mage, please. Fulminator Blood Moon. Fulminator, not a Fulminator Blood Moon, and they're going to have Chrysalis mana next turn. So just go for the extra point of damage or 2 points. Feels so bad to just know, like, the best hits for your opponent are just basic lands or just lands in general to cast this Chrysalis. I'm kind of cooked to that. Okay. Slightly less cooked. So what's my play? Am I just kicking Terrace under on the Chrysalis and attacking? Right. Big whiff. Big whiff. Big whiff. I'm moving this over to Ragavan. I want this hit to get through. In case we hit something cool off the top. Sure. Were they just dead earlier? I just like miss lethal if they had nothing. If I played the oof, move the Cori-Steel, no, because they would have just blocked the Ragavan. No. Who cares about Eldrazi? Not me. All right. Let's get a 4-1 with Jund Shadow. Jund Shadow needs this. You're right. Couldn't activate the oof with the Cori-Steel with the oof. Too many new cards. I can't keep up with them. Want to go back to my little sheltered Magic playing life where I don't have to think about all these interactions. We RCQing this weekend. There's none within like 5 hours of me. I was looking around earlier and they're all like way, way west Louisiana. Get actual factual Tron after Eldrazi. Blue Tron. Blue Tron with Unable to Scream in the main deck. Land. Thank you. Oh, what'd they say? My pirate is unable to scream. I'll not argue the point in question. Here's a Tarmogoyf. I'm prepared to get all is dusted. For that. Is there any good way to attack Kozilek's command out of Jund Shadow? Like, is there anything you can do about this card outside of playing a bunch of copies of that 3-mana black sorcery that lets you like get rid of all the colorless stuff? What does this do? Reveal the top X cards of your library. For each card type, you may exile a card of that type from among them. For the rest in your graveyard, you may cast a spell from among the exile cards without paying its mana cost. if you exiled 4 more cards this way. So they don't get anything. This 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Did I miscount? I lost the one off the monk token. Crap. I know second Cori into Ragavan. Would it have been lethal? I would have gone second Cori, Ragavan, 4. Yeah, it would have been lethal. Good call. Second Cori-Steel would have prowess the first monk up to a 2/2. Cast Ragavan, make 2 more tokens that are both 2/2. So 2, 4, 6, 12, 18. So yeah, would have been lethal. They look like they've got even less creatures than our other Tron opponent. Gotta remember to change back to that other shadow. I keep looking at this one and thinking that it's Street Wraith. I'm just like, okay, well, what does his hand look like with a Wraith? It's not a Wraith. Ooh, that's a tough one. I want all of my draws. Man, but Nethergorth is such a good clock here. Assuming I get artifact, creature in the yard, sorcery if I find another land. I guess we'll live or die by the Cori-Steel cutter. Able to scream. Ah. Harbinger. Ah. I'm not gonna lie, I did not particularly expect Harbinger out of them. Still don't really get what this card does. Reveal the top X cards. No, come back here. Reveal the top X cards of your library. For each card type, you may exile a card from that type from among them. Put the rest into your graveyard. You may cast a spell from among the exiled cards without paying its mana cost if you exiled 4 or more cards this way. So, like, they have to hit 4 different card types to cast anything, is kind of the impression I get. They just want to, like, spend a bunch on X. Kozilek's command. Delivered a huge X number to cast, or to free cast Emrakul. Well, I suppose. They draw another copy of Kozilek's command. Got a Dismember and an Emrakul. Nothing. It does literally nothing. So this is fine because I get to Dreams of Steel and Oil, exile the Emrakul and the Harbinger. Yeah. And we'll play this out. Just go. They are bound and determined to make sure that this Ragavan does not get to scream ever. Honestly, I respect it. Important. Kozilek's command for a bunch. Ah! Ah! Why? Why do you put me through this? Are all their Emrakuls gone? Yeah. I feel like this is probably one of those situations where maybe I could have killed if I hadn't have played out the Ragavan. Broseph. Poseidon, God of the Ocean. Stop with these Kozilek's commands. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Patrick coming in with the raid. Thank you so much. Tense moment. Tense moment. Hope you had an awesome stream. Oh no! Stop it! Stop casting things, opponent. No, we're past declare blockers. You can't change up your blocks now. You've got nothing. You've got nothing. Please have nothing. I don't need this in my... Is your unknown card another Kozilek's command? Does it do damage when he sacks it? Yeah, it still tramples over for damage. But if their last unknown is another copy of Kozilek's command... Throw over this game. Now I know they have another Kozilek's command off the top. I have no lightning bolts in my deck at the moment. Card is fine, they say. Is the card fine? Is anybody saying that? We doing this thing again? Portent. Portent for $1 million. If they finally get to hard cast, oh shit. Never mind. One, two, three, four. Oh, this is revealed. This is an exile. Never mind. I sworn they exiled 2 earlier. I exiled 1. Or is Portent a May? Is it you may exile? Yes. Okay. That was the problem. They revealed 2 to Portent. I thought they had to exile them, so that they had exiled them. Turns out you do not have to exile them, so we're back to Art is stupid. I also don't think Veil of Summer is doing anything for me. I guess they showed me Dismember, so like maybe it's got a target. All right. There's no way I'm turning down a turn 2 Blood Moon. I don't think I've ever had an opponent in the history of this game that I have more wanted to kick in the shin across the table. Just having the unable to scream for the Ragavan all 3 games. Oof. Multiple times and multiple times. All right. I think I'm just going Shadow Tarmogoyf here. Do I want to just play the Blood Moon? Like, I could get basic Forest. They all kind of suck here. I was really banking on that Ragavan. Like, if I just go basic Swamp Blood Moon, is that can't be good enough? I think I just have to have more of a clock than that. Dress Down's going to go to the yard and turn on the Tarmogoyf. Gives me a basic Swamp. I'm sure there's a Kozilek's command in my future. Kozilek's command, dismember or something. Let me have this. Let me have this. Kozilek's command on the Shadow. There's nothing I can do to save the Shadow, so it's gone, but you are taking 5. No, 6, 7. We get basic swamp, play the Nethergoy, play the Blood Moon. Go. Come on, Blood Moon. I need you. I need you so bad. Have the natural Tron. I'm able to scream my Tarmogoyf. Okay. Portent for 4. They got double dress down, so they don't get anything off of this. Or no, they do? They don't. And then this kills. Heck yeah. Don't care. We are the champions, my friends. It's only 4-1, but we'll take it. 4-1 on the back of Jund Shadow in 2025 has got to count for something. Great card. So they cast Portent, what, like 5 times and never got to cast anything off of it a single time? That's kind of wild. Maybe we just had too much pressure. I don't know, but card seems questionable. Okay. So our one loss was to Boros. I did mention that I feel we could have built our sideboard very differently and had a much better time into Boros. For example, we could have run the 3rd Pyroclasm very easily. Mage Bane, Fulminator, kind of whatever slots. I just had them in there from the Breach days. So stuff like the 3rd Oof, Mage Bane, Fulminator could all be cut for like extra Pyroclasm, extra Blood Moon. Actually, I think Oof, Fulminator, and Magus were all carryovers from Traverse in Jund Shadow. So be really easy to adjust there. I feel like we should be able to get a Jund list together that's not rough into Boros. But I also think our main deck kind of needed like an extra land or two. One thing I did back during the scam days is I played a lot of Jund Shadow without Street Wraith. So you just got like the normal Jundy style threats. You weren't worried as much about life loss, but you still had fetches, Thoughtseize, whatever. So I kind of feel like that's the way I'd go back to with Cori-Steel. Like, cut the Wrens, cut the Wraith, cut a Dismember, go up another land, maybe up another 2 lands, 4th Unholy Heat, add a couple like Fatal Pushes, and maybe like a Nihil Spellbomb or something, and just go that route. Did you get the 4-1? Yeah, we did get the 4-1 somehow. We lost to Boros, beat Jeskai Ascendency, beat Sultai Oculus, beat Green Red Eldrazi, and beat Mono Blue Tron, Mono Blue Portent of Calamity Tron. So sweet league altogether, but I definitely felt like we wanted a couple more spot removal spells. But like I was saying, back before the scam ban, I played a lot of Jund Shadow with Croxa and Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and like no Street Wraith. So just going a little bit more mid-rangey with it. I don't know if you can go quite that much on the mid-range plan, especially with Eldrazi being around. Street Wraith is obviously really nice with Shadow, but it could be an idea. Just throw out some suggestions, figure out something that works. But I wouldn't be opposed to playing Jund Shadow again in the future. I think it was fun. I think it has a little bit of potential.